Yeah, morning greetings in the name of the Most High. Yeah, today we're going to show you how to break the fast. A lot of people are doing the fast, and I guess lots of people do not know how to break the fast. As I said before, that if you're fasting, that's all good, but you have to know how to break the fast in order for the fast to be successful. All right, so we are breaking the fast today because this is our 7th day. Anyone can fast, but it takes a wise man to break the fast and make the fast be effective. That is significant. But lots of people after not eating food for 7 or 8 days or even 10 days, and they break a fast, they run and eat a lot of foods, and they get sick eventually, okay? Especially in the GI tract. So we're going to teach you today how to break the fast properly so you could have optimum health, and the fast that you did will be very effective. That's important. And plus we're going to talk about menopause a little bit, because lots of women, especially in the West, is not preparing themselves for menopause. And once they get menopause, and they start to have different symptoms, and the woman can avoid these symptoms that they get while going through that transition. All right, so we're going to tell you what you can do to prepare yourself for menopause, when it comes, because it's going to come eventually. All right, so all the young women, all the young girls out there, don't feel you're going to stay young forever because menopause is coming. But you have to be prepared for it. So if you have lots of nutritional deficiencies in your early age and menopause comes around, you're going to get a lot of symptoms. So we're going to teach you how to prevent the symptom from coming on, or if you're going through menopause, how you can alleviate the symptom that come with menopause, all right? Because the Chinese women, a lot of the African women, and even some of the women in Japan, have a symptom-free menopause. So how come the women in the West have all these symptoms of it? All right, we're going to tell you why, right? Okay? Now let's go to the fast. Now today we're breaking the fast, and Mia, can I have a fork, please, darling? A fork. Today we're breaking the fast, and breaking the fast is very significant. All right, because remember that you haven't been eating for 7 days. So once you're not eating for 7 days and you're ready to break the fast, you can't go and put no set of food in your belly because you're going to get sick. Because somebody called and said that a lady broke a fast and she went and eat a whole bowl of pea soup. Can't eat no pea soup, man. It ain't going to happen. So you have to learn how to break the fast. All right, so when you're going to break the fast, you're going to do some things differently, but you're going to still keep some of the things that you were doing during the fast. That is significant, right? So when you're breaking the fast, you're going to break the fast with fruits. You see, now the temperature is kind of hot for me, so I want to break my fast. I like to break my fast with watermelon, because watermelon have lots of water, and I like to break my fast with watermelon. So come over here, son. I break my fast with watermelon. Now, watermelon is interesting because you cannot mix watermelon with no other fruit. Watermelon should be eaten alone or be left alone. So if you're going to break the fast with watermelon, do not eat watermelon with other fruits. Leave them alone. If you're going to break the fast with apples, over here, then you can break the fast with apples, and you can put some cherries and some grapes. Not with grapefruits, not with oranges, because they're very acidic. So you're going to do the fast either with the subacids or ripe bananas, you know what I mean? Any kind of fruit that will have the subacid effect or more on the alkaline side. All right, that's how you're going to break your fast. And the fruits should be eaten for at least a day and a half. So the first day of breaking the fast, you're going to eat some fruits. And as I said before, if you're going to eat watermelon, leave the other fruits out of the mixture, because watermelon don't mix good with other fruits. It's spoil digestion. Don't forget that. All right? And it becomes fermented in your stomach. So if you're going to use watermelon to break your fast, use the watermelon only. If you're going to use the apples, you can use the apples with other fruits, the subacids, grapes, cherries, to cut down on some of the acid. You could eat it with some ripe bananas. But no oranges and no grapefruit, because ripe bananas and oranges do not mix together either. Don't forget, do not mix an orange or a grapefruit with a ripe banana. They are incompatible. So you have to know how to break the fast. And then you have to use your vegetables. So you start to eat your vegetables. You start eating your fruits for the first day. But you are also keeping the program that you've been on while you were on the fast. So you're still drinking your teas over here. You're still drinking your teas. You're still having your chlorophyll to keep the intestinal tract healthy. And you're still having your coconut water. And you can still juice your juices, but the only difference is now you are incorporating your fruits in your diet. Because remember that your intestine was empty for 7 days. So you can't go and chop no foods in there, heavy food that is, heavy proteins, because you're going to get sick. Trust me. And you won't like the feeling you're going to get. All right? You get a lot of pain in your belly. All right? So you have to gradually readjust the intestines for the foods that you want to give your digestive system. That is significant, right? On the second day of the breaking of the fast, you're going to do it like the first day, meaning that you're going to have your fruits, you're going to have your vegetables, your cucumbers, your yellow peppers, your cabbages, also your lettuce, your parsley, you know what I mean, your celeries. They should be eaten raw. You know what I mean? No nuts and no seeds on the first day. No nuts and no seeds on the second day. No heavy proteins on the first or the second day. Don't forget, the second day should be like the first day, but on the second day, you're going to introduce some rice crackers, but try to get the one with sea vegetables. So you can have your little crackers on the second day, but during the afternoon time, after the fruits is gone out of your system, don't forget, because remember that you have to make one food move out before you can start to eat another food. Otherwise, you're going to spoil the fast and you are going to spoil digestion. So you cannot eat the foods in an incompatible way again, because you're going to start having the same troubles that you had before you embarked on the fast. And that is significant. So on the first day, your fruits and your vegetables should be eaten. You can have some vegetable broth and you can have your juices from the juicer, but you're doing the same thing you've been doing on the fast. You are just going to induce your fruits. On the second day, when you're breaking the fast, you can do the same thing as the first day, but now you are going to introduce some rice crackers with some seaweeds or some sea vegetables. That is what should be done on the second day of the fast. Now, on the third day of the fast, you should find yourself going to the bathroom, because remember that your large intestines is 5 feet long, tall as me. So it's going to take some time to build up again. So on the first day of breaking the fast, you would not be going to the bathroom on the second day of breaking the fast. So what I do is, for me, I use an enema on the first day of breaking my fast, and on the second day of breaking my fast, I also use an enema also. And then on the third and the fourth day, I will start to go to the bathroom on my own, because remember, you don't want to use a laxative because you don't want to contract the muscles prematurely. You understand? Because you can get neuropathy, right? So the second day is going to be like the first day. Fruits, vegetables should be eaten, your rice crackers, your juices, your water, your coconut water, you know what I mean, and your herb teas. Now, on the third day of breaking the fast, you should introduce a bowl of soup now into your diet, the soup of your choice. You can have bean soup, you can have split pea soup, you can have lentil pea soup, but do not put any heavy protein in your soup on the third day. But you can put okras, you can put sweet potatoes, you can put pumpkin, you know what I mean, in the soup. On the fourth day of the fast, breaking the fast, you introduce a little bit of heavy protein back into your diet now, so the body can adjust. And that's how you break your fast, man. That's how you break a fast. All right? And then automatically, you're going to see that your bowels start to go back to its normal range, and you're going to have better bowel movement. Number two, you're going to see your stool start to get fatter. Follow that. That's important. You're going to see your stool would not be thin again. You're going to see when you start to go to the bathroom on the third or the fourth day, you're going to see your stool become fat as your intestines, because that is the way it's supposed to look. All right? And that is the way you're supposed to break your fast. You still with me, Sansa? Wonderful. All right? That is the right way to break a fast. Gradually bring back in your foods into your diet so that your body can adjust to it. And then your bowels, your large intestines is so good and so proper and so clean, all the carbons is removed from the walls, so your stool start to get a little fatter. And your stool going to be really brown, telling you that your liver is producing lots of bile to make your stool have that brown color, which is very significant. All right? Wonderful. Let's go to menopause now. Yeah, menopause, not andropause. Menopause, kid. No, a lot of women go through menopause. My sister had a problem when she went through menopause, and she died from complications. She died from a heart attack because of menopause. Because my sister had a mental disorder breakdown while she was going through menopause, and she died because she didn't want to take anything from anybody. See what I'm saying? So she died, and she had a heart attack. And lots of women who go through menopause can get a heart attack. Don't forget that. You can when you're going through menopause. Some women who is going through menopause can get mental breakdown. Trust me. It was in my family, I could tell you that. And it is detrimental because it could take your life. Alright? So we're going to do that short program on preparing yourself for menopause. Alright? Don't forget. And the young ones now, the young ladies, don't forget now, young ladies. Yes, the number is going to be there. My number is going to be 473-536-4046 or 473-1416-2310. Okay, now let's look at menopause and the symptoms that you get with menopause. All right? Now, a woman go through menopause at different stages. Some women go through menopause at 52. Some women go through menopause in the early 40s, late 40s. It's according to the family structure. Genes. Some women go through menopause at 53. But eventually you will go through menopause. You understand? So all the young ladies who flashing and flashing all the time, you are going to reach this stage. See there? Menopause. Your period will stop. And when your period stops, it comes with a lot of symptoms. Alright? One of them is hot flashes. One of them is night sweats. One of them is insomnia. You can't sleep. We're going to show you how you can sleep though. One of them is irritability. Next one is anxiety. The next one is mental disorder like my sister had. You understand? Arthritis in some women. Some women do get arthritis when they're going through menopause. I'll tell you why. And some women have weight loss. They lose a lot of weight when they're going through menopause. Don't know why they're losing the weight. And go to a doctor. And the doctor don't tell them that because of menopause, they're losing weight. So he get very confused. But lots of women have different symptoms of going through that particular change of life. All right? So those are the symptoms: hot flashes, night sweats, insomnia, irritability, anxiety, mental disorders, arthritis, and weight loss. And some women have more troubles too. They have more symptoms. But those are few of the symptoms that you go through. All right? When you go through menopause. Now you can, as a woman, prevent these symptoms from happening if you prepare yourself for this change of life. You can also prepare yourself for the change of life and don't get all these side effects, okay? We're going to tell you how to avoid the side effects. Cause of menopause symptoms. Come over here, son. Don't turn the camera, son. Let's keep it straight. See? Yeah. Stress is one of the main causes. Emotional stress is one of the causes. Is one of the main cause of your symptom. Low estrogen level. low progesterone level. And lots of the time, if a woman have troubles in the adrenal glands, it will cause her levels to drop of estrogen and progesterone. Bottom line, they can't do that either. All right? And also, if a woman is not producing enough cholesterol, she seems to have troubles making her estrogen and making her progesterone, because you need cholesterol for that. So once you have a symptom, it is caused by stress, low estrogen levels, low progesterone levels, vitamin and mineral deficiencies, a poor diet when you were younger, and lack of exercise. And lots of Caribbean women, I want to say all of them, lots of Caribbean women have troubles with menopausal symptoms because they do not understand how that change of life works. So they don't exercise, they have a poor diet, and then when they reach to be 50 or a little under that age bracket, they start to have all these symptoms, not knowing that they have vitamin and mineral deficiencies. All right? So those are the causes of your symptoms: stress, low estrogen, low progesterone levels, vitamin and mineral deficiencies, poor diet, and lack of exercise. Next one. Let's go to treatment. Now, when a woman needs to be treated for the symptom of menopause, we try not to treat the symptom of the change of life. We try to go to what is causing the woman to have the troubles with the symptoms she gets from menopause. So we have to go to the glands. Don't forget. So we go to the adrenal gland, because the adrenal glands is the gland that gives you the troubles when you start to have hot flashes and you start to have hormonal deficiencies. The gland is sitting on top of your kidneys. And once you have emotional stress, these glands do not produce your progesterone and they do not produce your estrogen, and then automatically they become very weak and cause you to have troubles in your heart. And they cause a deficiency of your vitamin and your minerals. And once you start to become deficient in calcium, because there's no boron and there is no magnesium, your calcium will get into where? Into your soft tissues, not where it's supposed to go, and you will get troubles in the arteries, which will lead to a heart attack. You understand, woman? You understand, woman? So, you have to work on the adrenals. It's called the endocrine system. And once you start working on the adrenal glands, and you start feeding the adrenals what it's supposed to get, your symptoms of menopause will be a thing of the past. So you must get the estrogen cream, and you must have progesterone cream. But lots of women do not know that when you check the blood, your hormones in the bloodstream, it is not as balanced or effective as when you're checking it in your saliva. You understand? Because the blood only looks for estrogen in the plasma. The saliva picks up estrogen or progesterone in the whole body, all part of it, in the cells. So you have to know how to check your estrogen levels to know where you're at. Because remember that once you are high in the excessive amount of this particular hormone, it could get into the receptors and cause you to get breast cancer, hormonal cancer, we call it. So my advice to women is to look or Google a company called ZRT Labs. Once you Google them, you're going to spit into a cup, and you're going to send that saliva to that company, and they're going to send you back your results, and your results are going to be different than when you take it in the blood. Don't forget I told you that, right? So we give you some estrogen cream, and with the estrogen cream, you're going to rub it on your breast. Yeah, let me show them here. And progesterone. Come, sir, up at the camera. 3 days. You're going to rub the estrogen cream and the progesterone cream on your breast. 3 days after that, you're going to rub the estrogen cream and the progesterone cream around your navel. 3 days after that, you're going to rub the estrogen cream on your thigh. And then you're going to go back again to the original site, to the breast again. 3 days. Back 3 days again. And 3 days. For 21 days. And you skip 1 week. And after 1 week, you start the process again. Alright? And that should be done for at least 2 to 3 months until your estrogen and your progesterone levels is escalated. Alright? Now, with this one here, son, this one here, progesterone, this one, progesterone, is a protector of the woman's breast tissue. It is a protector of the woman's uterine lining. So that if she have lots of this estrogen and the progesterone is in balance, she don't get these complications because progesterone is a protector. All right? Now, up against sunshine. Insomnia. When a woman is going through insomnia, lots of the time she's lacking in progesterone. So what I do, I give them progesterone. And after I give them progesterone, they sleep like a baby. Follow me now. Because when you're going through menopause, you have insomnia. You can't sleep because your estrogen level is low and you have hot flashes. Hot flashes mean that you have a lot of heat in the nerves. And the nerves sending the heat into the blood. So that's where you get the hot flashes from. So you have to cool it down. So instead of using ginger, you use cucumbers, celery, parsley. Because they cool into the blood and they cool into the nerves. So hot flashes is only telling you that you're lacking in these hormones. And when you're lacking in these hormones, your bloodstream become heated. And the blood become heated because the nerves become heated. And once the blood become heated, you start to get heat in the skin. We call it hot flashes or night sweats. All right? So you got to use a herb called white sage for that, or red sage. Treatment for hormones, for menopause: estrogen cream, progesterone cream, vitamin E, the B complex, especially stress B. The stress B complex, because the stress B complex is going to work on your adrenal glands. It's going to work on your adrenals. And once you work on your adrenals as a woman, and as you keep them strong, you will be able to handle stress on a level. Flax oil for your heart and for your cell membranes to produce your good prostaglandins so that you don't have bad circulation. Calcium, boron, and magnesium. Because, why boron? Why magnesium? Because magnesium calms the nerves. And magnesium helps in muscle contraction. But magnesium is also found in the hippocampus of the brain. So it prevents Alzheimer's disease, but it also prevents troubles in the heart. So when you use calcium with magnesium, come a little closer, Santa. When you use calcium with the magnesium, if there is no magnesium, calcium can never move to go anywhere. He gets stuck. And once he gets stuck in your soft tissues, and your arteries start to get clogged, and you start to have trouble in your heart, you get a heart attack, because there is not enough magnesium to move him out. So magnesium is your traffic cop that calls calcium and tell him where to go. Once calcium gets to its destination, boron will guide calcium into your bones, so you do not get what? Hot flashes, and you do not get osteoporosis. You understand, women? You all been doing it wrong. HRT give you cancer in the uterus. That's a Babylon thing. That's them vampire treatment. We don't deal with the vampires. We don't deal with the Babylons. We deal with this thing from the Most High. A calcium from food base. Don't shake the camera, man.
Sorry.
A calcium from food base is the proper calcium that a woman should use, but she should know it's supposed to have boron and magnesium in there, so that magnesium could carry the calcium where it's supposed to go, and once the calcium gets to the destination, boron guides them into the bones. So you don't have troubles in your hair, and you don't get troubles in your nails, and you don't get troubles with your teeth shaking, and you don't get troubles with osteoporosis. So you must have those in your diet when you are preparing yourself for menopause as a woman. Don't forget now. We have to teach you. Herbs. Herbs are important in any form of treatment for menopause, because lots of time when a woman going through menopause, she has anxiety and she gets vaginal dryness over here, right? This one here. So a lot because she's not producing progesterone in the ovaries. And why she's not producing progesterone? Because her endocrine system is not working properly. It's in balance. So she has to go and balance back the endocrine system. So she must go to this herb here, chase tree. Must. Because this herb works on the pituitary gland to help the pituitary gland to receive the signal from the hypothalamus gland. And once the signal is received from the hypothalamus gland by the pituitary gland, if there is enough chase tree in the woman's diet, the chase tree will help the pituitary gland to normalize a woman's luteinizing hormone, LH, and a woman's follicle stimulating hormone, which in turn will balance back both what? Come over here, son, back, son. It balances back both estrogen and balances back both progesterone, so she becomes in balance. So she must use that. Must use chase tree. Must. To work in the glands. Because you need to balance back both estrogen and progesterone. Black cohosh. Black cohosh is a nervine. But black cohosh also have lots of estrogen. Phytoestrogen. Isoflavonoids. That are making you all feeling no good for you. I'm going to teach you how it's good for you though. It prevents cancer too. But they're fooling you all, making you all feeling no good for you all. Black cohosh is important because once a woman is going through menopause and she has hot flashes, the hot flashes starts in the nerves. And the nerves send the heat to the blood. And once the blood becomes heated, the woman starts to get night sweats and hot flashes. So black cohosh cools it down. From a good company, none of the garbage companies you have out there. Good black cohosh because it stops nerve pain also, but it's also good for hot flashes. Chase tree for the nerves, for the gland. Blue vervain for the nerves. Mother's wort and the menagog. So what the mother's wort do, if there is palpitation of the heart muscle, because there's too much adrenaline in the blood because of the adrenal glands, weakness, and is not producing and is producing too much of these hormones to get into the bloodstream, a woman will have palpitation. So we use mother's wort there. And mother's wort act as a thyroxine inhibitor because it avoids a woman from having troubles in the thyroid gland, especially if the parathyroid is producing too much thyroxine. Alright? Because of lack of calcium and the B complex. Kava kava. Do you know they banned that? Because they said kava kava killed 9 people. That's what they said. So the FDA banned it. It's a banned herb. But you can find it though. But they don't tell people that kava kava was banned because the 9 people who used it with alcohol. You follow me?
Yeah, drink it to dog.
Let me explain to people now. Let me explain this, son.
Oh, yeah.
Kava kava was banned. Why? Because some herbs do not mix with some drinks, like Monsters. And the other one they call it the one in the blue can.
Red Bull.
Red Bull. If you're taking kava kava, you're not supposed to drink Red Bull and you're not supposed to drink Monsters. So 9 people died from kava kava being mixed with drinks like Monster and Red Bull, and they died. So here's what the FDA said. You know what? Them herbs are no good. So we're going to ban kava kava. But kava kava is one of the best herbs for anxiety, especially anxiety that is coming from menopause. But they banned it. But they never banned all the drugs that cause 198,000 deaths per year from drug interaction.
It's amazing, eh?
You understand? You see, I know their business. So I could expose them. Because I know their business. 98,000 people died. I want to correct myself. 98,000 people Yeah, I want to correct myself because somebody's going to say, you said 198,000, you said it's 90,000 now. I'm going to correct myself. 98,000 people died in 1999 from drug interaction. But they never banned the drugs that caused the complication. And then every year, the numbers go higher. Now it's over 200,000 people dying from drug interaction. They don't ban the drugs though. But 9 people died from kava interaction with drugs at Red Bull and Monster, and they banned the herb. So we live in an injustice world. We live in a world of contradiction. You understand? So you have to get kava if you want to prevent anxiety. Vaginal dryness. If you have that, because lots of women who go into menopause are going to have vaginal dryness now, because they're not producing enough progesterone from the ovaries, and sometimes they have an enlarged ovary. So we use a herb called black haw, BLACKHAW, or another herb called blue cohosh, in case the woman have an enlarged ovary and she have what we call ovarian pain, because they're antispasmodic with magnesium. Red clover, oat straw, and sea moss will moisten a woman's vagina and cause it to be lubricated so she don't have vaginal dryness. Don't forget the herbs now. Oat straw, sea moss. They will help to lubricate the woman's vagina so she don't have vaginal dryness. All right? MSM, 1,000 milligrams per day. Foods. Lots of food have estrogen, like yam. Lots of beans have it, especially black beans, and isoflavonoids. And what? Guess what they don't tell you about isoflavonoids? Isoflavonoids act as non-steroidal estrogen, but they don't tell you that. They say don't use it because it's too much estrogen. They don't tell you your liver breaks it down naturally because it's plant source. Phyto means plant. And these are the things you have to use if you want to go through a stress-free menopause. I love you all women because you all women are the mother of civilization. They are our queens and our princesses. And they should be respected because they are the ones that bear the children. They are the one that is the mother, the cradle of civilization. Without a woman, nothing can happen in the world. And that's the reason why God gave you as a complement to us. Not a slave, but a complement and a helper to the man. So you all are being cherished because you all are the mother of civilization, no matter what they tell me. You all are not second-class citizens. Don't forget that. Don't forget now. Woman, you all are not second-class citizens. You all are our complements and our helper. Go back and read your Bible. If you so much people read the Bible and you read the Bible and you're a Christian, read it back. Go back and read it. God created a woman to be what? Ken? Helper. To be a helper and a complement to the man. So when the man is down emotionally, she picks him up.
Absolutely. She's there for him in every way.
She's there for him in every way. She's not supposed to be no slave. Because she's the mother and the cradle of civilization. You understand? We can't have no children. We could give you one, but we can't bear the 9 months of keeping a child in there for 9 months and going through the pain that you all go through every 9 months to make a child. So how come we don't give you all respect? How come we putting you all in the back of the bus and making you all second-class citizens? How come when you all going through menopause and you all have all these different changes, we men don't understand? Huh? All we say is, you have another man outside, you're brushing the next man, you want to have no sex, eh? Because we doesn't understand that once you're going through menopause, the body changes. You don't get the feeling. But we don't know better because we don't what? We don't get to know the woman well. That's true. So we say, what happened? You want to say you have another man? No, she have another man. It's because she's going through the changes. So you have to help her to go through the change she's going through. That's what it's all about.
man help the woman help the man.
That's what it's all about. You understand?
God created them equally.
Yeah.
So man come with a woman.
You are the mother of civilization. So you supposed to know and prepare yourself for when you are going through your change of life, so that we men can understand the change, live with it, and support you. Isn't that what it's all about, brother?
A man come with a woman.
And a lot of us don't do that because we have no understanding, because all we're thinking about is the physical, the fleshy part of life. And we're forgetting about the spiritual aspect of it and the mental aspect of it. You understand? So that's how you break your fast. That's how you get prepared for menopause. So when it comes, you won't have no symptoms. Like the Chinese and the Japanese women and the women from all these African places. They don't have symptoms. Because the diet is full of what? Phytoestrogens. And they make you feel, no, phytoestrogen is bad. But they don't tell you phyto means plant source. So when they give you HRT, nothing from no plant, they give you a chemical. And that is the reason why it causes you to have uterine cancer long term. But when you incorporate or implement phytoestrogen food in your diet, your liver will help to break it down naturally into estriol and excrete it because it is phyto, P-H-Y-T-O, plant source. They don't tell you that because they want to keep you on a drug forever and ever. Amen.
Big business and pharmaceutical company.
But I am here to teach you. I am here to teach you that you can go straight back to nature and fix any trouble that you have. Once you have discipline in the mind. And that's why fasting is so significant. Because once you fast, your mind becomes strong. That's why the Christ is so much a wise man. And he was strong in mind. Because he fasted a lot. And he built up the mind. Build up the mental, so that nothing can come in. Follow me. Blessed love. The number is 473-536-4046 or 473-416-2310, and the email is naturalhealingofthe body75@gmail.com. Listen. All right, we want to thank everybody, man. Woo! For the t-shirt sales. I mean,
200.
Yeah, over 200. That's good. And I want to mention that there are a lot of people using my name to get you all to send money for them. You know, I'm not a money person. I told you that already. You're also supposed to know that about me a long time. For the people who follow me for years, know that I live a very simple life. I don't look for material riches. I get riches from wisdom and knowledge and understanding. That's what I ask the Most High for. I never sit down in my bed and pray to the Most High and ask Him for nothing material. Because we all go back to the earth and we leave all the material things behind. Because we are part of the earth. The earth is not part of us. So I don't ask Him for no riches, material things. I ask God, and He will attest to that. I ask Jehovah for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And with the wisdom He gives me, I can accumulate riches. But when you accumulate your riches, you have to look out for your neighbor and your brothers and your sisters to give them a helping hand. Because that is the way the world is supposed to run. The world is so messed up these days because people are selfish. And they want to have a million things for themselves. And then the majority of people suffer. So I want to thank you all for supporting. But there are people, especially from Nigeria, that is putting my name up and asking people for money for herbs. Do not answer anyone if they do not give a website, or you go to my website, www.patrickdells.com, and right now we stop consultations for now. because we have the blind brother. We are trying to get him to Cuba, and we are trying to get another brother who had a stroke and can't talk. He's in a wheelchair. We're trying to help our people. If people can either contribute a wheelchair to the brother, just let me know. A wheelchair he needs. You know, we could contribute these things, contribute clothes, you know, a wheelchair, something that somebody needs that will help them in the long run. That is my agenda, man. I don't know about no money, man. Paper works. Them thing here. You see who in there? Look who there. Watch it. Look at your face. See who she is? Huh? The Queen. The so-called Queen of England. Huh? Where's ours? These are not important. They are for a protection, as wisdom is for a protection. This is for a protection, as wisdom is for a protection. But it should be used wisely, you know, to help the poor and to help those that are in need. So I want to thank everybody for buying the t-shirts. And we're coming to New York next month with some sea moss. We're going to give 50 pounds of sea moss away free from our people, because the support is very important. You support me, I support you, we help each other out. If you're down, somebody said on my post, they can't make a donation because they don't have the... We're going to help you too, darling. If you want to help, let us know. No matter where you at. Let us know and we help you. That's how it's supposed to be. And in that way, the world will be a better world to live in. And humans of all races could come together and say, yes, let us praise the Most High. Blessed love and give thanks and praises to the Most High. And don't give me no glory, because at the end of the day, all glory belongs to who, man? Belongs to Jehovah. Yahweh. Yeah, Allah. All the praises belong to Him. I don't want no glory. Blessed love. Give thanks, man.